Wistar was part of one of the initial teams funded by CEPI. The team is led by Inovio Pharmaceutics, and Wistar is the academic collaborator under that funding and receives funding through Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovation, CEPI, for this project. So we're working on multiple prototypes. The goal is to develop a vaccine that could be tested in the clinic in April sometime, move forward into the clinic. So that's preclinical work, in vitro work, preclinical work, animal work, safety and production, and all the rest of those features are being coordinated through that team. CEPI chose mostly newer technologies. They chose nucleic acid-based technologies for 3 of the 4 first funding. And so we're getting to see in real time how these new technologies that are based on synthetic DNA or nucleic acid RNA type approaches can be rapidly produced, tested preclinically, move through animals, and then move into the clinic. COVID-19 is a coronavirus. Coronaviruses are so named because their spike antigens, which are on the outside of the virus, gives the appearance under electron micrograph of a halo or a crown. And these, we've been exposed recently, over the last 20 years or so, to, this is our 3rd coronavirus outbreak. The first was SARS, which also originated in Asia, in China, and it had a fatality rate of about 10%. And then we had MERS. MERS outbreak started with a single person who was infected in the Middle East and traveled to South Korea, and then we had the South Korean outbreak, was even a more lethal coronavirus. In fact, that death rate is about 30-some-odd% from that coronavirus. This one, interestingly, is spreading much faster than SARS, but it has a much lower fatality rate of somewhere, it seems to be fluctuating between 2 and 3%. People think when we get all the cases counted that will drop, but it does seem to spread easily, and that's helping it travel around the globe. So our previous work in this outbreak space has been developed for emerging pathogens. The first funding we received in this space was for Ebola, to develop a backup vaccine for the Ebola during the West African outbreak that was developed in under 18 months and moved to the clinic. And then with the MERS outbreak, we moved that forward, and eventually that was funded by CEPI, and that program was deployed in the US first with Walter Reed, and then also now expanded to Korea, where there are still studies going on of that vaccine. And then Zika outbreak happened. In fact, Zika was moved to the clinic in about 6.5 months. And the paper for that was in New England Journal of Medicine, published within a year of the clinical trial opening. And so we've had previous experience with rapidly moving forward, getting through the different processes, and then being able to generate immunity in people along the lines of what we believe might be protective. This campus is a very active, important campus that does cutting-edge research will contribute a lot over time to this outbreak as well as in the historic outbreaks.